I'm Alex Morash, and let's queer up sports. NASCAR reinstates Daniel Dye, but Kaulig Racing accepts his resignation over using a gay voice. NASCAR has reinstated Craftsman Truck Series driver Dylan Dye following a suspension over remarks in which he mimicked IndyCar driver David Malakis using a, quote, gay voice, end quote. However, Kaulig Racing confirmed it has accepted Dye's resignation and he will not return to the team. Dye was elected to drive one of the 5 vehicles of Kaulig Racing as part of a program launched to ensure Kaulig Racing's return to competition. The controversy stems from a clip circulated on March 17th from a live stream where a participant said Malakis, quote, plays for the other team, end quote. Dye responded by mimicking Malakis saying, quote, it's like, oh my gosh, yes, end quote. He added, quote, as soon as I start doing a David Malakis gay voice, I get a gold, so let's keep it going, end quote. NASCAR suspended Dye under its code of conduct, which prohibits criticism based on sexual orientation or gender, and required him to complete sensitivity training. Following the backlash, Dye issued an apology on Twitter, calling his comments careless, quote, I want to first apologize to David Malakis. I chose my words poorly and understand why it upset people, end quote. Kaulig Racing confirmed Corey LaJoie will replace Dye in the November 10 truck. This marks Dye's second suspension following a 2020 incident involving felony battery charge. Well, I'm a little not shocked about the felony battery charge, I must say, but I'll be honest, I'm like the left-wing libertarian or something, because I'm always leery of management enforcing a sensitivity training. I don't think that's going to actually help you become a better person. I think going on a journey and learning and meeting queer people helps. I can't criticize someone for mockingly use the gay voice because I mockingly use the gay voice all the time, girl. Oh my goodness. But at the same time, I suck dick, so I'm allowed to do it. I have one more comment I'm going to say before you interrupt me, Bobby. We were seeing photos of the 2 gentlemen, and I just have to say that the Malakis gentleman is a very attractive gentleman, but the Daniel Dye, the other one, yeah, that boy's a pretty boy. He's okay, but he's at 2 a.m. at the club, and you're like, okay, I gotta go home with somebody. You're cute enough, just so we all know. Sorry, Dylan, you're only so.
Well, I also want to acknowledge the fact that NASCAR is trying. I mean, this is a sport that came out of is literally running liquor in stock cars and to get away from the cops during the Prohibition period.
Good
in the South. This is the origin of the sport. So for them to even think about punishing, 20 years ago, NASCAR would have probably put him on a podium.
Yeah.
But also, just like the NBA player who got fired for saying anti-gay things, we don't really know if it is just an excuse to get rid of him, or is it because of performance issue, or maybe he's not winning, and maybe he's not winning enough, or maybe he's not ranking high enough. Just NBA or NASCAR will never give away, their star player. Can you imagine, Michael Jackson back in the day get fired for saying a gay slur, or whatever?
Did Michael Jackson ever say a gay slur?
Michael Johnson.
Oh, sorry. That's how much I know about sports. I hear one name and I think it's Michael Jackson. Sorry. Carry on, girl. Carry on.
Actually, not Johnson. Michael Jordan. Sorry.
This is how good we are at sports, kids. We have no idea what we're talking about. I didn't even know half the words I said in that script, to be honest.
But the thing is, these corporations always basically is if we can sweep it down the rug, we can. Just basically give a slap on the wrist. If not, we'll just trot it on a sacrificial lamb and executes that one in public, so that hopefully no one questions the pervasive homophobia that is still present in most sports.
Well, that also was a big point, because, as someone who has more than once in his life gotten the joy of a drive-by faggot at him, I found this to be very tame. It's a little rude, but I don't know if that's the same thing as harassment. I guess if you said it at work, I could see your employer getting upset with you, too.
Yeah, from an HR perspective, and, one of the things I want to say before I go into my perspective, but, according to some sources, Malakis is dating a woman. So whether he...
Yeah, but who cares either way, honestly?
No, you're right. But, looking at this, I again, as Bobby said, I give NASCAR a lot of credit for being uniform in terms of enforcing their policies. And, no matter what you think of NASCAR, its origins or where they are today, I give them a lot of credit for enforcing the policies.
Just a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. So, and even though Daniel Dye apologized, sometimes an apology is too late. It's not sincere.
And also that, hey, just because you resigned from one racing team doesn't mean that someone else is not going to pick you up. That's the nature. That's the nature of sports. I'm sure the NBA guy will probably get picked up by some other team too. It's not death. It's not the death of their career. In fact, it's just probably a stumbling block.
And I learned something today. Besides, I didn't know what half those NASCAR words were when I first started the story. I also did not know that NASCAR had this noble history of moonshine. That's like the best thing I've heard all day. And that is an important and enlightened story. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBT stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.
Your